Hello everyone, Attack Power here with another new league season and my first match up against Jaapaasa. Let's dive right in here to Tsel. And on the left in the red we have Jaapaasa playing first Polish on balanced income. And on the right in the blue we have myself playing first Pancelos, also on balanced income. So starting league out right with a balanced mirror. Haha, screw you, Maverick. But anyway, let's dive in here to Jaapaasa's deck here. First Polish, solid division. We haven't seen it in a long time, actually. It used to be like way up there in the tier list, like S tier. And it just, I don't know, everything got better and it just never really did. So it's definitely a low A tier, a high B tier sort of division these days. Still has a lot of good tools. I picked first. He counterpicked with this. So yeah, diving into this deck, the Recon tab, pretty solid, a lot of good mobile tools here. The Carrier Dushka, the BA-10, SU-57, and T-34-76, along with some infantry here. So lots and lots of recon units here to work with. The infantry tab, very strong. This is generally the highlight of this division. You get the Streltsy LKM, which are double DP machine gun units with a PTRD, very good unit. And also has SVTs, which is very, very good. Sapazy, the usual thing. Altsiokani, which are basically Strafniki with Disheartened, and a pretty good availability curve. The Descents are Tanko Desaniki. Then you get the Sapazy Rocks, which are basically Sapazy Rocks, which are also very good. So a very strong infantry tab there. The tank tab, basically just T-34s of different varieties. T-34E being the heavier armored one, with the T-34-76 1943 model being the lower armored model. So, but tons of those to spam around. The support tab, not much to write home about here. Just kind of just the standard things with an assault, with an infantry gun. So nothing super great there. The AT tab, also nothing phenomenal. 45 mils, ZIS-3s, some SU-76s and SU-85s. It's all you need here for Tsel, and up against my division, these tools definitely work just fine. The AA tab, also solid, nothing incredible. 37 mils and 85 mil card, so just some good stuff, gets the job done. RD tab, lacking Katyushas, along with SU-76Ms here. There's not much else to write home about. The air tab, usually a really strong aspect of this division, but Jaapaasa definitely cut back on this due to me playing first Pancelos and having access to one of the best AA pieces in the game. But here we just see some IL-2Ms and an IL-2M with the clusters. Really nothing else, no fighters or anything, which is actually a little strange. I mean, my Air Force isn't strong, but having none at all. Now, hopping over to my side here, certainly can be a little more thorough here with first Pancelos. The Recon tab, not anything incredible. You get the nice up availability on the 15.2 man team, and then you get the Right Aufklär, SS Right Aufklär in B phase, which comes with a nice availability of 8. The loadout's not anything amazing, but it can fight on its own a little bit. No room for the Toldi one that it was in the Recon tab, which is definitely unfortunate, but I had to pull it out to make more room for more infantry because this is a balance mirror. This was going to go. This was going to be a grind. The infantry tab, actually just phenomenal in this deck. I mean, it's not supposed to be, but it is. You get the Motolovesh, which are just great 20-point infantry. You get the Tartalek Arkazoks, which are 15-point pioneers, which is insanely good. In B phase, you get the Mota Arkazoks, which are more grenade throwers. You get the SS Right Jaeger, which are basically just buffed up Panzergrens. And then the SS Right Pioneer, which is a double flamer team. And C phase, just 2 more cards of those. The tank tab, basically all Tehran 1s and 2s and a single card of Stug 3s. Those are phenomenal, especially here on Tsel. Support tab, nothing very good here at all, unfortunately. Flamer machine gun commander. The AT tab, this is where you get your actual medium tanks with the Stug 3Gs. And then I brought in the 40M, 40 mils, and the 75 mils along with bazookas. The AA tab, all Nimrods. Usually I would bring a Flak 88 for some 2K support, but you don't need it on this map, so I took them out for more Nimrods. RD tab, phenomenal with the 149s and the Nebelwerfers, and the air tab bringing the JU-87s and the fighters for killing IL-2s. So yeah, let's dive right in here. Action's already started. Jaapaasa on an early 13-11 because it's very easy for him to get to this flag first. My division is quite slow, although I do have some fast-ish moving transports. They're not like painfully slow, but luckily in this division you do get to bring a lot of your infantry in the Krupps, which at least come at 70 kilometers an hour instead of like 60, which is really painful. So he deployed all these support weapons and stuff, so I immediately unloaded, was successful in dodging out on these things, killing all my stuff in transports. Definitely a plus. Unloaded the Motolovesh as well. I had put a bazooka here, afraid of some sort of push down here. This is really my side of the map is a fair bit stronger. It's much easier for me to just push and grab this flag here, push and grab this flag, or down here. Him, on the other hand, really has to push here, and is a lot of times how I see people on the red side win is blowing out this bottom flank here, capturing both these flags, and then developing from there. 75 mil though is actually a great HE weapon. So it's laying down some good fire here. MG34 getting overwhelmed pretty easily, especially with the SU-57 supporting nothing up north. I was afraid of a push up north, and that never materialized. So at the beginning of the game here, at least. So that was good. MG34 goes down. The 45 mil though, taking a lot of damage from that 75 mil, and will go down now because this thing does have some great HE damage, like I said. The Flamers did get into the woods, though. These Motilovish, not very good at CQC fighting. Most of my CQC units I sent over here for the fight on this hill. That was inevitable. Along with these Terrans, which I, again, expected some sort of push here, so I sent the armor there. Deployed some AT here to cover the road, of course. The Langstroth Shock in here just to kind of like do a little bit of pressuring. Now, luckily for me, the Flamer goes off here and comes out in the open for all my units. And I'm putting a lot of effort into making sure my recon is in good places here. So I have one here. I have one here to be watching all of this stuff over here. Really should have put it like right there for a little bit better spotting. And one here as well. So I just want to make sure I know what's going on. I think one thing I see with a lot of pro players that I think players in my level always seem to miss out on these is the importance of just having recon all over the freaking place. You gotta know what your opponent's doing. So the combat has begun here. Luckily for me, his Tankos aren't in combat and are just getting wiped out. M3A1 coming in to ruin my day. Trying to shift the Terran 1 around to get that because I did see it. Trying to do something about it, but it does go down anyway to the Motilovish Panzerfaust there, so lucky me. Now my infantry are winning this fight here. So that's definitely a plus, but I am losing this fight in the center. Motilovish getting overwhelmed by the Flamers. I do have some more Langstroth Shock Flamers coming in. Nimrod, Terran 2, Stug 3 also coming in. I'm redeploying this Terran 1, something I don't do enough of, which is redeploying my units to other hot areas that when some areas are not hot. I tend to just sit them and call more units in, but oftentimes it's better just to redeploy. So Sapper Z goes down there. I don't want my Terran 1 to go like deep into the woods because obviously then you get hit by AT and all kinds of other stuff. Langstroth Shock fighting off the opposing flamethrower. I'm not going to try to say Ognia. Miotsas Ognia. Sure that was spot on. That was flawless pronunciation. My Polish being so good. Terran 2 spotting the M3A1 recon car here, and I'm thrilled about that. Anytime these can die, that's great. Terran 1 does push in, though, because a lot of these things just have PTRDs and stuff, and so far I have not spotted any actual, like, AT that has significant damage potential. T-34 coming in, though, with some more Odzniel Carney. The Flamers did get finally beaten off. The Odzniel Carney here trying to fall back, but my Langstroth Shock was just waiting. Terran 1 supporting. This is exactly what I was hoping for, that my Terran 1s could just be all over the place, constantly making me win infantry fights. Terran 1 pushing through to do the same over here. And finally that gets surrendered. I didn't really want to push into here because I knew he had like the Tanko squads and stuff. I figured there was more flame units, and my disheartened Pioneers really do poorly in that situation. I now have a Nimrod in both central and like northern south, northern central and southern central to kind of cover most of the map. I was expecting more IL-2s. Obviously, for him, they're quite dangerous because my AA is quite good. But on the flip side, like, I mean, they're still good planes. So I thought maybe he would go for it at least early to try to get more value out of it, but they never came. Early, at least. So Stug 3 in now. The one thing that was really odd to me with him picking this division, I got it from the fact we're on Tsel. His division has an absurd amount of CQC. Like, I think like 5 cards of Avtos, essentially, and, you know, the Sapper Z and the Tankos and the just all the stuff. And so that made sense. But on the flip side, by taking a division that only has T-34s, he really turned on my Stug 3s. Like, he made them good. Stug 3s are always really solid, and I'm always happy to have them. But, like, he made them really good in this matchup because they could just sit just at the right range and really bully these T-34s whenever they encounter them and win that fight. Again, looking at it now, this is definitely a mistake not pushing these Pioneers forward and just grabbing this area. Instead, I waited, thinking again that there were more Flamer units in here and that I wouldn't win, but now his better long-range infantry are going to come in and they're going to fight at long range and easily overwhelm my not that well-equipped Pioneer squads. I'm not a big fan of Tsel personally. Shrapniki are great, but the thing with the disheartened, when you're fighting at like long range and stuff, it really cuts down their ability to actually win those long range fights. They just get pinned so quickly. Tron 2 unfortunately goes down to the 45 mil. Definitely a miss micro there. Letting that sit there for too long. Flamer's pushing up onto the hill here. As his large, fat units get into position. Sapergy does go down. You can see how fast they're getting pinned down. Tron 1, unfortunately, not in position to support at the moment. Down the Lovesh goes. Tartalek going to fall back automatically, of course. Yay, disheartened. Reinforcements are coming with the Moto Lovesh coming here to... I saw this bulge. I didn't know what was going on. I see this Chelsea just kind of chilling there. Lang Shorter Shot gets caught out, though, by these recon units with their SVTs. And both of those go down. BA-10, though, goes down to my Tron 2. That's delightful. Tron 1 taking hits. I'm trying to get out of here. Too many PTRDs, and now tracks are broken, and he is definitely very dead. Except the Sapergy just going to do it himself, the leader here with his Panzerfaust. So my infantry have been pushed off. This is a big, big issue now. As Jaapaasa takes an early 13-11. 75 mil does hit that BA-10. I couldn't see that, actually. I thought that missed because the explosion was here and the unit was over here, so I just assumed that had missed. So I think that's all his BA-10s, actually. 75 mil and Tron 1 both missed that M3A1, unfortunately. Would love that to be dead because we all know how I feel about those. I do have a good amount of infantry still left here. It's not like I'm totally screwed yet. But Jaapaasa currently on a 13-11. Already have the 149 in, and we're blasting. Going for this flag here. I know the Tsel are here. They're fighting with my Moto Lovesh at the moment. We have about 2 minutes left here in A phase. Of course, this is not the usual Maverick balance thing. This is actually balance on balance. So neither of us are getting any advantage, but my division gets significantly better after A phase. A phase, this division is pretty badly phase locked. You're missing out on all your best units. So getting out of A phase for me is a massive boon. For him, it's basically the same across the board in terms of phase, like locking and stuff. There's nothing special. Artie comes down, forces off the Tsel again. 149 getting to work. I love getting this out early, especially in this division. You don't have that many other things to use your A phase points on. So getting in this really, really good Artie piece early can just provide so much value as the game goes on. Streltsy were pushed off. The M3A1 did go down now. And the thing is, too, I have... How many Nimrods? A lot. I have 13 Nimrods in the deck. So once I get about 3 or 4 Nimrods in the backlines to actually AA, the rest of them can be used for aggressive AT duties. My infantry are getting broken down here. I did kill off some infantry, but the Tsel are making it very hard to push any further forward. And this is giving Jaapaasa that consistent 13-11, which in a mirror match is really bad. You know, a mirror match, it's not about building tons of momentum and stuff. It's about trading well and getting just a consistent, gradual advantage. Because especially when you have two players who are similar in skill, it's hard to, like, really crack something wide open with equal incomes. You know, it's just hard to get that advantage. It's all about slowly grinding your opponent out until you've created a large KD advantage, and then basically, you know, their line collapses or you can push into a new spot that they can't defend in. So this is not good for me because it's going to be hard for me to make it up. So I decided to start softening this up a little bit. They are mostly Tsel and stuff, so making them suppressed will do a lot. And we can already see that that effect is happening pretty quickly. These things are just so freaking good with 6 rounds a minute. That's absolutely insane for a big gun like this. All of those infantry getting pushed off here as Motsilovich come in to fight the longer range fight here. Already, well, no, it's still firing. I thought I was already changing targets. Now he's making a cheeky push here. He unloaded 2 Tankos and then pushed the M3A1s forward. Definitely a little bit dangerous for me here. I didn't really have anything to stop what was going on here. Nimrod happened to be coming in, though. I was looking to shore up the last of my AA defenses up north, basically, because this one really covers the south pretty well. This obviously covers the middle, but then the north was pretty wide open. So I did redeploy this Tron 2, though, to try to stop that. A Tron 2 and a Stug 3 were already kind of coming. I was looking to, like, maybe push into here. The thought process was essentially I am definitely better at long range, so getting into this open area should do quite well for me. over fighting in the CQC. Now, his infantry were all pushed off by my arty, which allowed me to push in and recapture this flag. But Jaapaasa's still in a 13-11 currently with his capture. Nimrod, though, going to clear out all of these M3A1s, and down they go, so that flag should flip back. These Tankos going to push out and try to kill off my 75 mil here in a moment, but that's already found the 45 mil, which is great. Need to kill those off. They're very good against my Terrans. Tartalek Arkazoks, I wanted them to push across, but they never made it. But we're finally into B phase, so now we'll start seeing some SS Reitjägers, which are phenomenal, and the CQC Reitjägers, the Reit Pioneers. Nimrod coming. This rod was... Oh, wait, that was about to be really bad. These boots were made for walking. T-34, though, takes an immediate hit from the Tehran 2. Hoorah. Go, Tehran 2. I turned off the AP shells because their heat doesn't fire unless the AP is off. We get a nice heat shot. Oh, we missed. But another Tehran 1 is now in. And down the T-34 goes to those heat shells. Assault gun now getting hit by the Tehran 2 and the Shug 3, the 75 mil, trying to survive. The Tankos were pushed off here. The Descent, I can't say that. Let's just call them Tankos. Pushed off there in the center. He's making a fresh push using the Shalky LKM. See, I like these guys better than the Otsiokani. With the SVTs and the double DP, I almost feel like they put out not that much less damage, honestly, at the end of the day than the Otsiokani do. And don't have the dishearten trait to deal with. So Motolevesh pushed out. I now have some Mota Arkazoks and Motolevesh coming in here to reinforce as well. 149 is after that. Well, I thought it was a 45, the assault gun. I thought the infantry gun was still alive. But it will end up hitting that anyway. So now we have some SS Pioneer, Right Pioneers. I decided to call in a second one. I just thought these Tankos were healthier, so they would have won anyway. But brought it back to a 12-12 with a Lang Shotoshok that sneaked into this flag here. Very easy flag to capture for me. But now he has just a massive force coming for me now. His recon unit here with the Panzerfaust is going to be a bit of an issue. They will get that Panzerfaust off, take out my Tehran 1 that was kind of holding things up. Now the Tartalek Lovesh, Tartalek Arkazok, excuse me. Need to start tossing some grenades for me. Duhilda Strelsi, he does have the triple star, but I do as well, with both of us calling in the glorious commanders. Meaning my 1-star Motolevesh now being 2-star, and there are some SS Reitjägers. These guys are phenomenal. They're literally just better Panzergrens with the better submachine guns and 12 men instead of 10. So tanks taking up position here. 149 now going after these Otsiokani spotted here. This recon unit doing so much work for me. Fortunately, not pushed off the hill. My Motolevetist barely surviving the Sapazi rocks, which was coming after him. Some SS Reitjäger coming in along with a whole bunch of reinforcements that were meant for the hill, but will now obviously be problematically not going there. I decided to try to make a little bit of a push down here, deploy some troops to try to basically see what was going on in this woods, maybe start to pressure down here a little bit, try to mix things up. I do apologize for not doing this game live, but unfortunately I was in a location that I couldn't live record while playing. And also, truth is, I do play much, much better when I'm not live recording, because I don't have to talk, and I can focus fully on the game. So I did remember to actually unload these in time. So moving the leader back into position so these guys get some veterancy, because right now they're very unvetted. There we go. Now they're fighting good. I'm actually happy to have him stand here and fight this fight, because my Reitjägers at triple star are so much stronger than his Sapaziok, even with the cover differential. With the 3-on-1 going on here, I was actually able to easily win this. The M301 is going to be an issue, though, but the Nimrod is just a boss. Going to save the day here from that 50 cal doom. Infantry now pushing forward. The leader is now forward to actually give that veterancy bonus, but unfortunately a bunch of these are now pinned because of that 50 cal even momentarily firing. Up north, the SS Right Pioneer now pushing through. They will be able to easily clear out these Tankos, and thankfully for me, he put the Tankos in A phase, so there's no more of them to deal with. 149 getting reloaded because it's very strong. There was an Otsiokani here that I thought was falling back, so that's why I was targeting here. T-34 getting some cheeky shots on these transports down here. Will they survive? Oh, no. And we see a Katusha now in. Not a big fan of these units, but here, doing some work, actually killed something. A 1 health Moto Arkazok, I think. So now I'm forced to fall back again as my arty starts to come in. 75 mil, doing some nice work against these infantry. Sapperzy rocks out in the open, kind of weird. I'm not sure where he was trying to get them, that they're out here in the middle of everything. So I did call in a 40M here. Turned off its AP shell so it would use its heat rocket to take out this T-34, which is now holding this flag. Let's see if we can land the shot. Huzzah! And we did! And that recaptures this flag, brings us back 12-12. But the ticket problem here becoming a bigger issue. Again, it's not like I'm getting any advantage at any point. I'm used to playing against Maverick where like, oh yeah, if I just get to C phase, everything will be fine. That is not the case here. Tsel being a much grindier map. So I now have some Rights Pioneers trying to come in. Arty coming on. I do think I stop it in time because I obviously don't want my own Arty to hit me. And I do. One more shot comes down. Does put a little bit of stress on this unit. Kind of annoying. But he did call in 2 fresh Sapperzy rocks now coming in. These are very strong at triple star. Actually, a little bit worse than my SS Right Pioneer, technically speaking, in terms of damage because of the double flamer doing double flamery things. And unfortunately, though, my leader out of position. So these guys with no veterancy as of now. Tron 2 coming in for support as well. Tartalic Arkazox here, catching out an assault gun. Honestly didn't even know this happened. That's one thing I do like about rewatching my games. I see so many things I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I completely missed that. 149 now coming down on these Chelsea LKM that are chilling out here along with the carrier Dushka. Could love to see that be dead. Now we're all triple starred up again. Killing off the assault gun, actually, that infantry gun, actually really helpful. Tartala Arkazoc going to automatically fall back from the pin. And more reinforcements are coming. Gotta try to get back onto this hill. Do see, I can't say his name. Fier Kozeki? It's a Shug 3. Leader. Shug 3 in the woods, though. Triple star. Gonna take out that Zis 3 along with the help of the 40M. Right, Jaeger gets caught out, but the Tehran 2 is here. And that's the thing with these Tehran decks. Is they can just be everywhere. They're so cheap. They're just everywhere. Tehran 2 up north now moving forward to cover off these guys crossing. So when these guys cross, anything that shoots at them will be revealed, and the Tehran 2 should be able to support. Already now coming down on this patch of woods here. Looks like I will accidentally kill this leader. Actually, I think I saw it. I lied. Because I put this recon here, and he spotted that. So again, my recon placement actually really on point this game. Right Pioneer getting into the fight with the Sapperzy Rocks. This is good. I want a double team. That's the whole point of having all these units. Unfortunately, I pushed up a little bit. Well, this guy pushed up too far because of the fire he was standing on. So he's now getting hit by the Otsio Carni, and I don't see it yet. So it looks like these guys are going to go down. Definitely really bad. Definitely some pretty bad miss micro there. Now there's an Su-57 on the hill along with the Otsio Carni. I am falling back, but here comes the Katusha once again. Big hit there. Lost one of these Rights Pioneers, although he was at 3 health anyway. And lost the leader because why not? Always. Down south, I did make a push, and I did clear out the one flamer that was here. And set up the tanks to start pushing forward here. So successful push, but lost the flag back to a 12-12. I am definitely starting to sweat. We're now into C phase. But again, it's not like things are going to get better for me because he's still unbalanced as well. Already coming down on this Maxim here. Takes that out pretty easily. Should open up and allow these infantry that I deployed here to push forward. So I decided to go after this open area. Tron 2 pushing up on the hill. A blob of infantry coming. Realized my my leader had died, so moving in some reinforcements there. So now it's 2 Katushias running back there. Shug 3 spotting something. I'm assuming the recon unit. Oh no, one of the. Oh, nice kill there. Yeah, Jaapaasa being a little. He's being a little sloppy with his transports. He's allowing me to get some freebie kills here, which are pretty huge. Right Pioneer getting caught in the open. Definitely not where I want these guys to be, so that's definitely not good. Moltolovich getting caught by all of these support weapons, so definitely not great. 75 mil unfortunately missing. Heat shell, of course, not super accurate. But they will be unloaded by the motorized Arkazoc. All my infantry here actually got killed off, which is kind of weird. I didn't even realize that it happened, but it did. Zis 3 getting into position to hit that Motilovesh. So already going to come down on that. And now I have the Nebelwerfer coming in to start responding to perhaps the Katushias, or to do what he's doing and try to pin down some of these blobs of infantry. Infantry now pushing forward with the support of a Tehran 2. So in we go. And that's immediately the machine gun revealed. So now all my support weapons will take that out quite easily and hopefully open that up. Motilovesh catching out the Zis 3. That was the plan. Reichsjäger unloading out in the open. Not great, but they are plenty strong enough to kill this singular Sapazee Rocks with the leader dead there. Reichsjäger catching out this recon unit. That's great, because he doesn't actually have many recon infantry. IL-2 coming in. Nimrod, can it save the day? It can. Oh, Nimrod, you're so great. His first attempt at an air attack here in the game, easily rebuffed by my many call-ins of AA. Because again, I really thought it would be a lot more IL-2s floating about. But I guess he just pre-predicted that he would never get through all this stuff. Shug 3 in this lovely position. Triple star, going to do a lot of work here. Missing twice, though. Wah, wah. There's a hit. Katusha now coming in on top of this stuff, I think. Ouch, 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 ouch. Stop it, stop it. Ouch, all my Tehran's getting hit. Great sadness. Shug 3 does go down. Luckily, I have 32 Tehran 2, so I got a couple to spare. Tehran 1 poking out to kill this Universal Dushka carrier. Really annoying. Want to get rid of that ASAP. And once that's dead, we can take care of this Streltsy LKM. There we go. Reichsjäger getting into position. Unfortunately, super pinned down already. It's not going to be super useful, but the Multi Arkazoks will distract and allow the Reichsjäger to fire for a fair bit longer and win that fight. Reichsjäger Pioneers, Multi Arkazoks coming in to get the CQC on in there. My push into this town was successful. We are here. Tron 2, unfortunately, going to get caught out by this T-34, and I didn't notice in time to turn off the AP shells. So I have captured this flag and finally attack power on a 1311 for the first time in this game. Jaapaasa's aggression definitely bearing a lot of fruit at the moment. T-34 almost coming out to fight my Tehran 2, but instead my Tehran 2 should get a freebie kill here on the assault gun. Reichsjäger spotting out the leader. Hopefully we'll kill that, because that sniper is quite annoying, and down it finally goes. Tehran 2 versus the Su-85. Go, Tehran 2, go! But unfortunately he has his AP on, which means he's not going to pen, and down that goes. My infantry getting overwhelmed, and Jaapaasa going to recapture that flag again. Although down south now, I have captured this flag, bringing it back to a 12-12. Unfortunately, Tehran 2 goes down to that 45 mil. Oh, those are so good. There's that right off Claire with its weird loadout of almost useful but not useful weaponry. So my big blob of infantry reinforcements on its way. A whole bunch of Shug 3s coming. 149 continues to blast away. I have actually been pretty good with using this thing. An abnormal thing for attack power to say. Tehran 2 has its heat shells on, does land a hit, but unfortunately does go down. Nebelwerfer blasting. Just doing a softening strike here. Does actually take out the Sapazee Rocks, which is definitely not a bad thing. Reichsjäger flying in. Looking for the surrender. Shug 3 in position in this nice little line of sight here. Finding the infantry gun there. And I do surrender the leader of all the things. That's the best one to get. So lovely, lovely there. Infantry being overwhelmed, but infantry gun goes down. 75 mil. Hitting up infantry hard. Infantry are all pinned down, so that's definitely good. His attack here failing. And now my new fresh CQC units piling in, recapturing this flag, bringing me back to a 1311. I lost this flag here to all these T-34s. But now the Nimrod, I popped it out to try to kill this, but unfortunately the T-34E armor is 90 millimeters, which is really tough for this to pen, even with its high rate of fire. Now I have a 40M in to try to finish the job for me. And my double Shug 3 is just arriving in time here to save the day. An attack up north with my two Tehran 2s is looking to push this flag, but unfortunately T-34 is in position, making that really difficult. T-34 goes down to the Shug 3. So Reichsjäger spots those infantry, and then the 40M Wait, what was it? Yeah, the 40M here with its rocket successfully killing that T-34. My CQC infantry now in, ready to do some wrecking. But Jaapaasa back to a 13-11. T-34 getting a nice shot on the the Stug getting a nice shot on the T-34, but unfortunately missing once again. Come on, dude. You're an ace, for goodness sake. It's not that it makes any difference whatsoever, but still. M3A1 didn't realize that was there until it started 50 caling my Moto Arkazoks. 40M, will it get the rocket off? Huzzah! It missed. And now it shall die. Sadness. Down the 40M goes. So yeah, my Turon 2's discovering these T-34s. I did actually turn off the AP shells this time. But I'm still bouncing, unfortunately. Despite the heat shell, you know, being a heat shell, it doesn't lose any penetration at range. So this should be still consistent, but it's missing. That's kind of the big issue here. It's missing. Oh, it bounced. Are you serious? Oh, he missed too. Haha. There's a penetration. Go, Turon 2, go. You're a hero. Boom. There you go. Make sure to turn off those AP shells on the Turon 2s, folks. These essentially Avtos here getting caught out and getting pretty wrecked. Infantry gun going to try to help out, but the Turon 2 is good at killing infantry. Ju-87 and now this Su-85 has just actually been super annoying. Because it can actually fight my Shug 3s, which is why it's super annoying. So, going to go kill that with my Ju-87. Easy kill there. Katyusha going to do what it's been doing and annoy the crap out of me. It's doing stuff, yes. Is it good, though? Still not really. It hasn't actually killed much of anything. It spinned me down, it forces me to fall back, and I just moved back in. Another unit killed in the transport there. Triple Star Shug 3 doing the work. Oh, wow, he let another one go down. So definitely some transport mess-ups here from Jaapaasa. I wanted the right Jaegers to push across, but of course they got caught immediately. A bad choice by me. Both Turons are now dead. 149 going after the Zis 3 that killed the Turon. Shug 3 absolutely slaying here. Currently at 12-12, but Jaapaasa still got a big point lead, and we're now at 21 minutes. So things not looking great for me yet. I'm making all kinds of pushes, but I haven't really broken him yet at all. And in fact, I'm desperately trying to find some flags, which is why you're seeing assaults in all kinds of different places around the map. Moto Arkazoks should be able to beat these Sappers pretty easy. They are wonderfully armed up with that MG42 there. T-34 taking a hit from the Shug 3. I popped out over here to kill that finally, so that's dead. Another Katyusha strike kills off my ace. They must always die, right? Shug 3 is finding some freebie infantry to kill. Yeah, it looks like it. 37 mil took a big hit. Oh, it died in the transport from the Shug 3 and then came out because it wasn't enough damage, I suppose, to actually fully kill it, apparently. Unfortunately, my recon unit does get spotted, so he will go down. But my CQC infantry finally clearing out this forest as some Turons come in down south to continue my assault and capture that flag a little bit more definitively. He continued. He's got a lot of leaders. I didn't notice how many he's got. At least he's got 10. Yeah, he's got 10 infantry leaders. Went for a Nebelwerfer strike on the Katyusha, but unfortunately, Jaapaasa is on his micro and has moved his Katyusha out of the way. It's really starting to get tired of those. I was hoping a quick Nebelwerfer strike would do the job, but that is not the case here. But now it's currently 14-10 with a capture of my flag up north here. His flag up north, I mean. And this one in the center, but immediately back to a 13-11 now. I do feel like I'm trading pretty well, though. I mean, his infantry are all pretty expensive. None of them are cheap. Nothing's cheaper than 25 points, so that's definitely not a cheap infantry tab, and a lot of them are 30, similar to mine. I mean, I have a lot of expensive infantry, but they're also buffed by, like, the 20-point infantry I had in A. And now it's a 15-9 with my capture of the flag in the center, the northern flag, and the southern flag now. Giving me the lauded 15-9 I desperately need to make sure I make up this point deficit ASAP, this ticket deficit ASAP. Clearing out these infantry here. Unfortunately, I don't spot this 37 mil because my recon died. But my blob of tanks, really tough for him to crack, actually. Katyusha going to do it again, though. 37 mil does go down now. And unfortunately, I have these way too bunched up. This Katyusha gonna land hard. See if it actually kills something. Suppressing the crap out of me. But no kills, of course. Hashtag Katusha suffers. Motilovich, I still had some of these left over. Tron 2's coming in as well, because why not? I have a lot of them. Back to a 13-11 though. Lost my 15-9 by a fair bit. Now my infantry pinned down. So my tanks fall back. See another reload here coming for his Katusha again. He now has 3 of them. My infantry have been broken down here in the center. All that's left of this double right pioneers. Now, if I had to pick any infantry to be left, it would be this one. But definitely not great. I'm running out of right pioneers. Like, I really don't have any more. Katusha strike gonna come down again, though. But it's actually pretty far back, but there's a good hit. Now I'm forced to fall back once again from the hill position. So Katusha put... I mean, this is what you all tell me about the Katusha. Like, it's an off map. I mean, that's what it's doing over and over again. Just kind of pinning stuff and forcing me to fall back. It's only killed a few weakened infantry squads, though. For a Maverick deck, maybe. For a balanced deck where you need your arty to actually, like, give you value, I don't think they're worth it at all. Double star Nimrod. Ooh, look at that thing go. BF-109 now in G14. Very fast, but can easily catch up to these. Is there any AA? There's a 37 mil back here. Do take down the IL-2, but unfortunately the BF-19 probably going to go down here to the 37 mil. The Stug 3 died. Not sure to what. And the last shot to the 37 mil. Nope, don't get it. Run, BF-19. So 40M here. It took what? 4 shots, 5. It took 5 rocket shots to kill that at 50% accuracy. So that was rough, but it got the kill eventually. Another T-34 dead. So the last of my SS Reich Pioneers here coming in. These are the ones that fell back earlier. And now I get to surrender all these Otziel Carni, which was huge. He's definitely not using those effectively. He's got a C-phase card of Avtos, so I'm really shocked he was sending Otziel Carni into the woods like that. Their triple machine gun's far stronger than their CQC loadout. Infantry getting caught out by my Tehran 2s. Other than my A-phase card of Tehran 1s, I basically switched out all the Tehran 1s for Tehran 2s, especially on this map. The increased HE damage is just so much more valuable than a faster fire rate or, you know, whatever. Zis 3, though, does take down my Tehran 2 there, unfortunately. My Motilovetist on the run, and it will survive, actually. Shockingly. But I don't really have... I'm actually, this time, swinging the SS Reitjäger around to go into the woods this way so they don't get caught out again. Chelsea LKM go down. SS Reitjäger, with their better submachine gun, actually can hold up a little bit in the woods. They're not good at CQC, don't get me wrong. But they at least actually put out some damage. 13-11 still for me, but Jaapaasa still in the point lead. Tehran 2 does get a hit, but unfortunately goes down then. It's my other Tehran 2 doing lots of work here on the hill. JU-87 came through, killed off the T-34 that was here in the woods. His lack of AA hurting him. I mean, I understand why he didn't really call much in, because it's not like I'm flush with AA. I mean, Air Force, but luckily that's leaving me open to do this. Already coming down for that Zis 3, but unfortunately it moved. I do have 2 arty guns going now. Yeah, they're going to different spots. This one's trying to soften this up so I can recapture this flag. Stug 3 still doing work here. This recon here has been giving me all the information I could want here about this central location. And now the Right Pioneers moving in. Double team. Should be able to beat absolutely anything he has in here. T-34 doing what it does and being annoying. All his infantry forced to fall back here, though. Tehran 2, unfortunately, still has its AP on, so it's not going to beat that T-34, and down it goes. A mass of Avtos coming. Ooh, oh my. Oh my, OG O'Willikers. Back to a 12-12. Jaapaasa's still in the lead. My right Jaeger goes down, but my right Pioneer is making progress through the woods, giving me back my 13-11 again. Stug 3 and 75 mil now in position. Get a shooter killed. Crit. Now the Stug 3 should be able to finish this off pretty easily. Miss. Just kidding. Unfortunately, these Avtos do get out safely. And now the T-34 finally goes down. Hopping down south, some more T-34s in. I do have a 75 that I move forward now, trying to get it into like this position here to cut off the road. These 75 mils are so freaking good. Some more Mota Arkazoks, but here comes that Katyusha strike once again, allowing his Avtos to easily move in, although the double flames of the Rights Pioneer putting up some defense. But now it's going to be overwhelmed. Katyusha in, kills off the Zis-3, so nice hit there. Artie continues to rumble, this time both targeting this Zis-3 here, which is causing me a lot of issues. The T-34 did lose to the 75 mil. These are, like I said, phenomenal. Right Pioneer go down. I'm almost out of those. I might have 1 or 2 left at most. Plenty of Mota Arkazoks, but they're certainly not great when it comes to, like, Flamer units, although it looks like he's basically out of those as well. Avtos do have AT grenades, so the Tron 2 goes down, but it's still 13-11 with my grab in the north and south. These Rights Pioneers clearing out this woods here. T-34 blob coming in. Definitely not good. Tron 2 will definitely go down pretty quick. But his position down south really starting to crumble here. Now the Mota Arkazoks going to get involved. They're all tossing grenades. Grenade toss. Dun, 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 dun. Luckily, Pioneers are pretty good counters to these assault units with lots of submachine guns because the grenades do go off and they are generally able to easily win those fights then. And he's actually got no leader around here, so these units will surrender. Shug 3 fighting off the entire T-34 horde. Go, Shug 3, go. There goes another T-34. SS Pioneer should be able to win this, even at its weakened state. It's just so much better at CQC than the Chelsea LKM is. And now I'm just trying to seal the deal here a little bit. Ju-87 apparently lost sight of its target, I guess. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it did. It did not. It did. It totally did. So, bad attack there. SS Pioneer did win. It did force off these 2 T-34s, which allows me to 1v1 this guy. 1v1 me, bro. Yeah, 1v1 me, man. And the Stug does win. These assault units do successfully push through. Already now coming down to try to soften those up as more. I do have, there's the last of my Rights Pioneers here, along with some Mota Arkazoks coming. Stug 3's piling in down south when I see this happening. Another T-34 spam. So it looks like Jaapaasa running out of infantry. And now spamming T-34s to make up for it. Still has the lead, though. 10 minutes left. If he can stabilize at a 12-12, he'll be fine. Stug 3's moving in. 75 mil doing a nice job, but it will go down. It's just too many enemies. Does take one with him, though. Goodness gracious. Ju-87 coming in, but loses sight of his target. Well, the one I picked, of course, was the one that died. So now he just pulls off. Penetration again from a Stug 3 or something. Nimrod is still here, though. Should be able to stop this IL-2 from getting through. Ju-87, because it's free-flying, actually goes after the IL-2 and puts a burst onto it. Helps save my Stug 3. I have not seen that recently. 37 mil in a really bad position because it can't shoot anything ahead of it because of the woods. Finally, some Avtos getting into the woods here, overwhelming my remnants of my SS Pioneers. Still 13-11, though. And now my central units, Mota Arkazoks, successfully pushing through here. Ju-87 gets pushed off without doing anything, but the T-34s are dropping like flies to this Stug 3. Su-57's in, but my infantry finally pushed into a more defensible position here, and it's now 14-10. It's going to be now a 15-9 here. The double tick re-achieved with the north and south in my hands, at least tentatively. The north looks like it might be going down any moment here. Infantry go down quick to the double MG42 here of these infantry squads. I now have the central flag as well, as Artie holds back these infantry from capturing this flag. T-34s continue to drop, and Jaapaasa throws in the towel then. And attack power, winning his first game of League. Woohoo! Yay! Go me! Tsel, 40 minutes, 48 seconds. Well played to Jaapaasa there. 2,900 to 4,030. things basically went according to plan there. I mean, I love grinding out a balance match. There's nothing more fun than it, honestly. His T-34s did some good work. Chelsea LKM, very strong. The Katyushas, we have 2 infantry squads there. They did actually take out 2 Stugs. Look at that. Some of the most useful Katyushas I've ever seen. This one got another Stug 3. There you go. Unfortunately for Jaapaasa, I had, 20 Stugs, so 3 of them is not making a dent. Tron 2's doing some work. Tron 1's doing some work. Nimrod picking up some half tracks. Infantry here. 149 doing some nice job there. Didn't pay itself off, but we definitely did a lot of pinning and things with it. Stug 3, SS Right Pioneer. Yes, those are very good. Very, very good. Yeah, Stug 3. Yeah, looks about it. But a fun game to be sure, and make sure to keep an eye out for Game 2. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and consider supporting over on Patreon. Thanks a bunch, and have a fantastic day.